AITA for asking my sister to leave because she brought people into my house. I, 26M, have always been pretty introverted. I live alone in a small one-bedroom apartment and work remotely as a software engineer. My place isn't fancy, but it's quiet, clean, and most importantly to me, it's mine. I don't go out much, and I've never been big on having guests over. It's not social anxiety exactly, but I've always been someone who needs personal space and solitude to feel okay. My home is my safe zone, and I take that seriously. I don't drink, I don't host, and I don't like having strangers in my space. A few months ago, my younger sister, 22F, graduated from college. Our parents had moved several states away right after we both left for school, so she didn't really have a base to return to. She was still figuring out her next steps, job hunting, possibly grad school, maybe moving to a different city. I care about her a lot, and when she said she needed a place to stay for a little while, I said she could move in with me. It was never meant to be permanent, just a temporary arrangement while she got on her feet. She's always been more outgoing than me, more relaxed about boundaries, but we've generally gotten along well. That said, before she moved in, I made one thing explicitly clear: I don't do guests. I told her that having people over, friends, dates, whatever, was a hard no. I didn't say it to be controlling or antisocial. I was honest about it. Having unfamiliar people in my space makes me deeply uncomfortable. It makes it hard for me to function and even harder to feel safe in my own home. She said she understood. She said she respected that. I took her at her word. Fast forward to this past weekend. I went out for a walk in the early evening, just something I do to clear my head, get away from the screens, decompress. When I got back, I unlocked the door and walked inside and stopped dead. There were three people I'd never seen before sitting in my living room. One of them was drinking from my favorite mug, the one I use every day. They were laughing, watching some show on my TV, completely at home like this was their place. My sister was there too, sitting on the arm of the couch. She looked over at me and just gave a little wave like this was nothing. "Hope you don't mind," she said casually. I didn't say anything. I couldn't. I was so stunned and honestly so upset I didn't trust myself to speak, so I turned around and walked back out the door. I ended up walking for almost 2 hours. I didn't even have a destination, I just needed space to breathe, to calm down. When I came back, the guests were gone. My sister was in the kitchen. I didn't yell. I didn't make a scene. I just told her quietly that I can't do this, that I had been clear from the beginning about what I needed to feel safe in my own home, and she had violated that. I told her I was sorry, but I needed her to start looking for another place to stay. She got really upset. She said I was overreacting, that they were only there for about an hour, they didn't touch anything except, my mug, they weren't loud or messy. She said she didn't think it would be such a big deal. I told her it wasn't about how loud they were or how clean they left things. It was about how it made me feel. I didn't feel like I was walking into my home. I felt like a stranger in my own space. She left that night to go stay with a friend and hasn't come back. Since then, my phone has been blowing up. My parents are furious. They say I'm being extreme and ungrateful, that I'm turning my back on my sister when she needs support the most. They think I'm letting some weird hang-up ruin my relationship with my family. They keep telling me I should have just talked to her, not kicked her out. My sister, apparently, is now telling people I embarrassed her, that I'm uptight and controlling, and that this is why I have no social life. But here's the thing. I didn't want to punish her. I wasn't trying to be dramatic. I just don't feel safe or okay when things like that happen. I told her exactly what I needed, and she either didn't believe me or didn't care. Either way, she broke that trust. And now I'm stuck between feeling like maybe I was too harsh and also feeling like I didn't have any other choice. So AITA,